Is this the end for the British heavyweight? Let's discuss this and more with former cruiserweight champion of the world and one of my favourite people on the planet. I won't have a bad word said about. Shush. The wonderful Tony Bellew joins us. Hello, Tony. How are you?
How are you, boys? Goldstein, you're getting a better liar than I remember from last time, mate.
Tony, have you heard what he's been saying?
What's that, Tony?
I heard it all, mate. You know, he's usually giving me hell, this fella, but I've heard it all now.
What? No, I think you're getting me confused with someone else, Tony. What exactly do you think was said?
You said I'm one of your favourite people in the world.
Yeah.
All you do is give me sticks, son.
No. I've changed.
Next time I see you, mate, I'm going to remind you of the stick you've been giving me.
Oh, no, Tone, what he also said is that he thinks if he had 30 punches, he can knock you out with one of them 30 punches, is what he said.
Depends if he's got a bat on the end of them punches, rock or something else.
I think I need a tank, actually.
He knows, but he's not enough.
I think I need a tank, Tony. I'm only playing, Tony. It's like a backhanded compliment, right?
I'll just take it as it comes, mate. Don't you worry about that.
Okay.
I can't wait till he comes in. I'm really excited about it.
He won't turn up. He's all mouth and no trousers. Right.
That's the challenge. I'll more sooner than you think, mate, with that kind of challenge.
Oh, I'm only playing. Right, so, listen, I want to talk to you seriously about this fight. And the reason I want to talk to you seriously about it is because we had Joe Joyce in the studio before the first fight. And I thought to myself, I really like Joe Joyce. Yeah, but just the way he was talking and he was looking at me, I just didn't feel comfortable. And then I saw him in this fight, and he didn't do himself any favours. I don't think it was particularly good performance. And I just, at his age and just how his demeanour is, I really do think it's time for him to retire now.
Okay, so before the first fight, he's had issues go on in camp. Now, I'm not part of Team Joe Joyce and I'm not part of anything else, but I do know he definitely had issues going into the first fight. Everyone could see that it wasn't the proper Joe Joyce in the first fight. He lost 18 pounds than the previous time he'd fought what he weighed in after the first fight. And there was things that were going on in camp that weren't too good. So the first fight really was a big shock to me, to be honest. I've commented on Joe Joyce over the years when he was amateur boxing and world championships, in Olympic Games. I've done work with BBC and stuff like that. And I'd never, guys, seen him in his whole history of his career ever rocked or hurt with a punch to the head. I've never seen that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I was I was as shocked as absolutely anyone was. I really was. But when he goes into it, I was thinking, okay, he's going to turn it around because he's got the best chin I've seen in heavyweight boxing since Oliver McCall and David Tua. There hasn't been a chin boy as granite as his. And when he was hurt by Zang, I was just like, wow, what's going on? Then I found out the backstory. For the rematch, I thought, you're going to find out pretty quickly, is his resistance gone or is it good? And that was my thing. I said this on the Zone Boxing show, what me and Adi Oladipo do, and I did say to him, if Joe Joyce's resistance has gone, then believe you me, this fight won't go.
Tony, you there?
Sorry, guys. It's
right.
Connected to the car. I'm out the car, and the stupid thing connecting to the car, then it's in the car.
Yeah, I thought you'd done a runner knowing how much I wanted to see you in London, but no.
Pick on someone your own size goal. what part did it cut out on?
Sorry, it's interesting what you were saying about, so you were questioning whether the resilience was still there.
Well, listen, his punch resistance is gone. It's as simple as that. 100. Joe Joyce, I've seen basically hit me with a bat, and he's just walked through it. Daniel Dubois is a seriously big puncher ahead in the heavyweight division. Daniel Dubois hit him with absolutely everything, and it just bounced off him, and he was basically laughing at him and walking him down. Now, how do you go from that to being rocked off jabs and hurt every time you get touched? It's unfair, to be fair, but this is boxing. When your resistance goes, it goes, and I've seen it happen to, you know, legends of the game over the years. It's one of them things, guys. You know, you hope it never does, but you know it does, and when it does, it's not good.
So, Tone, what do you think happens to Joe Joyce now? And do you think he'll ever get a world title shot? Can you ever see him becoming world champion?
Benzie, I don't think he beats the British champion right now.
Wow.
Because once that resistance was his greatest asset, guys. You know, I'm sorry to say that because I'm a big fan of Joe Joyce. I love Joe Joyce. He's a great fella. He's an absolute diamond. But without that punch resistance, guys, he is not above British level. I'm sorry.
Do you think he should retire? I really do worry about him, Tony. Do you think he should retire?
Guy, I mean, listen, that's not my call to say that. Because, and it's not nice, I'm not good. But ultimately, I'm telling you now, he'll go in for the British title and he'll get hurt because you can't miss him. You cannot miss him. He's not a guy who's got fluid boxing skills. He's not pretty on the eye. He's not, he's someone who goes in there, guys. And let's just be brutally and totally honest here. The way he wins is because he wears you out because you punch him so many times and you get tired. I mean, what kind of game plan in the grand scheme of things is that?
No.
Listen, mate, I'm going to beat you because you're going to hit me so much that you get tired. And that sounds really harsh, but I'm sorry, that's the way I see it, and that's how he is.
I agree. Let me ask you about the fella that beat him, Zhang. What next for him? Where does he go? Who does he take on?
He's dangerous, mate. No one's going to want to touch him with a barge pole, I'm not going to lie. Any heavyweight in the world right now, I mean, listen, the likes of Alexander Usyk will just go, what do I want him for? I'm not touching him. It doesn't do anything for me. He should be undefeated. Now, this is where we're in a little bit of a catch-22 position because he should be an undefeated fighter. Zhang. I thought he'd beat Filip Hrgović. I really do. And I like Filip Hrgović. He's a good fighter, but I thought he lost to Zhang, but he just didn't get it. Now, if Zhang was an undefeated fighter, it's a more attractive opposition to the other heavyweights out there because they'd be like, I want to put a dent in him and I want to be the first to beat him. Because he's now got a loss on his record, even though it's not a proper loss, fighters will go, well, listen, if I beat him, everyone will say, oh, it's because he's supposed to. Hrgović has already beat him. So he's not an attractive option. Tyson Fury, I mean, listen, I think Tyson Fury beat him hands down. I think Tyson Fury beats almost everyone in the world, but barring Alexander Usyk, I just think Tyson Fury is so good, but at the same time, there's nothing to win, guys, by facing Zhang. He's not a world champion. He's not undefeated, and he's super dangerous. He can wallop with either hand, and he's just not someone you take on. I'm talking from a boxing business perspective. Sure. I'm not talking as a boxing fan. As a boxing fan, a great fight would be Zhang against Anthony Joshua.
And who wins that? Brilliant. Who wins that?
I'd love. I haven't seen Zhang take one back off the likes of Joshua. I mean, you've got to look at the heavyweight division. The biggest puncher in the heavyweight division is Deontay Wilder. I've got no problem in stating that. He's the biggest puncher of his era. But Anthony Joshua is right on his coattails, right behind him as the biggest puncher in the heavyweight division. He's second biggest puncher. And I just think Joshua wallops Zhang. It's a shootout, once again. It's a shootout. And I'm not sure Zhang is as athletic and as mobile as Anthony Joshua is. Anthony Joshua is still evolving. He's becoming a better fighter each and every time. People are going on to me lately, this style of Anthony Joshua. He's under a new coach. He's learning new things. He's trying out new stuff. But at the same time, make no mistake, he's still got the old Anthony Joshua in. It's just that no one's put it on him yet and made him have a fight. Zhang would. Deontay Wilder's going to do it. And that's when I think you'll see, and everyone will see Anthony Joshua at his best when someone goes, I'm going to stick it on you now and give it to you. That's when I think you'll see him bite down on his gum shield and fire back. And if he did, I would tip him. I would tip Anthony Joshua to knock Zhang out.
Oh, it's going to be a good fight. I'd like to see that.
Great fight, though.
Tony, I've got to ask you about your beloved Everton. Great result.
This is why I've agreed to come on.
I mean, first and foremost, how impressed were you with the performance at the weekend?
Oh, I was over the moon. Listen, it's made me weekend. It really has. Just puts a smile on my face. I mean, my lad was playing football on Sunday and they lost. And I'm usually absolutely gutted and it plays on my mind all day, but I'm not going to lie. I just kept thinking about Everton after my own boy had lost, and it was just such a nice weekend. So brilliant. The lads, you know what? People are laughing at me, but this has been coming for a while. Everton should be and could well easily be on 10 points now into the season. We should have beat Fulham at home. We were the better team on the day. We could have got the result the next home game where we were all over them. I'm missing one now. We've gone away and then we get the draw at Luton, I think it was. No, not Luton. We got the draw away to Sheffield United. So ideally, Everton could be, without a shadow, on 10 points. We've had 2 losses that could have been 2 wins. Guys, we had so many shots on goal at home. It's unbelievable. It's unheard of. We just need to put the ball in the back of the net. But I'm so much more confident now with Dominic Calvert-Lewin back fit. This Beto kid looks a player. He's game. He puts himself about. He's dangerous. He missed a tough one on Saturday, and you want them to go sometime. But Benty, I'm sure you'll know far more than me. you keep getting in them positions, eventually they do start going in. It's just nice to see him getting in them positions to take them chances.
Tony, let me ask you. I'm looking at League One at the moment. You've got Portsmouth, Oxford, Stevenage, Port Vale, Barnsley. When one of those goes up next season and Everton go down, what fixture will you look forward to?
Again, I swear to God, you are at it again. Aren't you a Manc? I'm sure you're a Manc, aren't you? Where are you originally from, Goldstein? Just out of
Sale, South Manchester.
He's from Loughton, Essex.
Because where are you really from, really? Are you really from
he's breaking up. We can't hear him. Tony, can you hear us?
No, I can hear him. He's from Loughton. Tony's from Loughton, Essex.
London's enough.
Benty, is he from Essex, mate? Really?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
You joke of a man. Support your own club, you absolute
Tony.
Bad glory hunter. You've probably only been supporting United since the 90s, I would say.
No,
you sound like one of them.
Tony, my dad, who's sadly no longer with us, passed away. He introduced me to Man United, and that's why.
No, stop, mate.
No, seriously, that's the truth, Tony.
His old man was a Wolves fan, though. Wolves?
He was a Wolves fan, but he introduced me to Man United.
Oh my God, you're getting weird. Your old man was a Wolves fan.
He was,
Tony. Born in Essex, and you support Man United. Yeah. Oh, mate, you sound like something from the Hills Have Eyes. You really do. I cannot believe you're. Oh my word! But you know what? It's just I'm surprised you don't support Liverpool because every other glory hunter supports them as well. So you're a Manc. I mean, that is actually worse.
Tone, listen, sadly we're out of time, but I don't know if you're aware, but we've moved offices. We're in Newcastle now. If ever you want to come up to Newcastle and we'll sort it out man to man, come up.
Who's in Newcastle?
Yeah, we've moved offices, Newcastle.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, we have.
You're still just by the bridge, London Bridge.
No, I've been there for years. Newcastle, Edinburgh, Glasgow, we're that way. Keep going up.
Boys, have a lovely day.
Thank you. Thanks so much for your time, Tony.
Cheers,
We'll see you soon. Oh, he's bottled it. There you go. He went in the end. Tony Bellew. We'll quickly move on, shall we? In case he's coming down.
talkSPORT Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.